All right. Hey, peeps. Welcome to my closet. I'm in a closet. No, actually, those are clothes that I sell. But anyway, hey, Jimmy Fallon actually had a great Gutfeld last night. So today's Friday, so yeah, that would have been last night. So, kind of missed it, but I did watch some of them on YouTube, some clips and everything. So, and actually, Fox and Friends were talking about it this morning. So, let's see. Let's see what they have to say. And let's see what I have to say because it's my channel.
To join Jimmy Fallon, that's like a big deal.
It was a real moment because you have the king of late night leaving his throne, which is Greg Gutfeld, because he has the best ratings by far.
I know he's short. I think it's got to be like maybe I'm like 5'7", so he's shorter than me because I've seen him. His maybe 5'5", maybe 5'6", maybe like that, something like that. But yeah, and Jimmy Fallon's he's pretty tall. It's got to be like 6 feet maybe or more, something like that. But yeah, that was look at him as he walks. So as you can clearly see that maybe before that happened, there was some arrangement and things that happen like that. But I'm sure they all know each other. Like the late night, the media and all that. They know each other. They bump elbows. They might not like one another, but hey, they like when things are like that, when they try to put their politics aside, and I mean it's kind of cool. I've watched Gutfeld ever since like what Red Eye back in the day. Jimmy Fallon, I used to like him. But when he had Trump on, some of you guys probably seen them when he asked Trump that if he could rattle his hair and everything like that, and after that he got some backlash from his liberal friends, so he apologized. And after that I'm just like, oh man, you're a kook. But anyway, if you want to see the video, the link or the whole video of this clip, it's available on Fox News channel. Go ahead and watch it over there because I'm gonna be do a lot of talking. So anyway, stick with me.
And deciding, I'm gonna show some love to another host, and you see it right there with a big hug. And here's just a little piece of what happened last night. Watch.
So I walk into this bar, and I'm with my friend Andy. We just got off shooting something, and I walk in, and I'm looking around. I go, what the hell have I got into? And then I see you, and you look at me, and you have your eyes just kind of explode, and you run towards me, and you tackle me like you're like a giant golden retriever. You're like on top of me, and so we're wrestling. And then you change, and you start wrestling my buddy
Fallon's
Andy.
like wondering.
And you're wrestling him, and you guys get on the ground. You guys are now on the ground wrestling. And so I pull out a cigarette, I light a cigarette, and I'm smoking it, and you stop, and you come over to me, and you grab it, and you crinkle it, and you go, these things will kill you, and you threw it. And then I go, dude, I'm not rich. You're rich. I have to cigarettes are expensive in New York City. I yell, and all of a sudden your face changed, and you looked sad. And then you left.
Yeah. Nice to see you.
And then 5 minutes later, you come back with a fresh pack of Parliaments, and you hand them to me, and you go, here. And I go, that was really sweet. You want me to die.
I'm sorry I tackled you.
I know. It was great, though. It was all very good-natured, and it was a great memory.
Maybe he's dreaming. Maybe he's just... But anyway, sounds like it's Jimmy Fallon. He could be really rough or playing rough. That's what I heard. I mean, it's I've watched him over the years, like even in SNL, Saturday Night Live, when he was there. Pretty cool guy, pretty friendly. But he listens to his peers, to his like people the circle around him. Most of them are like Hollywood liberals. So and yeah, and he listens to them. You know what I mean? So.
And I'm so glad I finally got to tell you about it.
I'm so happy. Thank you. And welcome back. Welcome to the show. Thank you for telling us. I'm happy. That's a true story.
No, because you didn't remember it and then you remembered it.
I do. I remember all the details you said are correct. So I do. It definitely happened. Yeah, absolutely.
It was amazing.
What makes a great comedian, and the greats know that this is why Chappelle has had a career for so long, is the ability to tell a story. And I thought it was so great. It humanized Greg. And I saw some people online, it was like they wanted him to attack Fallon. They missed the point. The point wasn't about attacking. It was about sharing this good moment and laughing. Did you hear the laughter in the crowd? Because it was nothing political. It was stories about life.
Regardless of what Greg Gutfeld did, you know, he's still going to have the haters. You know what I mean? Jimmy Fallon, on the other hand, you know, it's the other way around. It's kind of just like how Newsom tried to do. It's trying to reach, you know, to the different or more audience. Because I can guarantee you there was a lot of people that left, that stopped watching Jimmy Fallon, including myself. You know, 2016, 17, left, didn't care. I didn't even know he was still on, you know. But now he's trying to come back, and I can guarantee you this would help Jimmy Fallon if he could stop acting like, you know, Colbert, the other Jimmy, you know, who was the other Jimmy? The Jimmy, the other douchebag, the other guy. If he would just like make fun of, you know, just do comedy, just like Jay Leno and everything, and Letterman, the old, Letterman back in the day, not like the, you know, the current Letterman now, the full beard and everything. No, not him. But this would help him. This would help Jimmy Fallon, and I can guarantee you that you know, this is it's good for NBC. You know, this is what that NBC and all CEO and all the management in NBC needs to do. You know, they need to, if this is going to be like late night is for people to, when they're settling down after hard work, a day of hard work, they want to settle down and, you know, unwind. They don't want to listen to all that stupid doom and gloom that they try to portray, like the MSNBC and all those Maddows and stuff. So this will help him. I don't know about Greg Gutfeld. I mean, he's well known. I mean, he's a top, you know, late night show in cable news, so in cable channel. So let's see.
And I love the moment.
Also, my stomach's growling. I hope no one at home can hear it. But I see this as the country healing, because for so long you had these people like Stephen Colbert, or I'm blanking on his name, the radio host that might get canceled.
Oh my God. Stern.
Oh my gosh, I blanked on his. Thank you, Lawrence.
Howard Stern.
Who
yes.
like basically made their identity hating half the country, right?
Yep.
And like hating Donald Trump. And then now, you know, Stephen Colbert is out. Howard Stern might be out. There's rumors, right? And so I see this as the country kind of like coming together. And so it's interesting that these people who made hating Trump their whole identity, and then Trump wins the popular vote. And then so now it's like, who are they? What do they stand for?
Well, we'll see. You know,
and good for Greg.
Gutfeld also was able to talk a little bit about his new show and his project he's doing, What Did I Miss? And he was telling Jimmy Fallon about it. I thought it was pretty clever the way he worked it in. Watch.
I'm excited about this.
Oh, this is the greatest idea for a game show, because you ever wonder about the people that get sequestered for like The Bachelor or Love Island? They miss all this news and they come out. They have no idea that like who was elected president, or that their husband left them for a maid. All these things, none of these things they know. And I thought, that's the show. When they come out, we quiz them on the news, fake or false, fake or false. And with Trump, you can't tell. Because, like, for example, imagine somebody says to you, true or false, the president demands an annexation of Canada.
Yeah. No.
But it's Trump.
Yes, it definitely happened. Yeah.
That was
wow.
Yeah, it was. So it was an amazing show.
Yeah, Greg crushed it. He did so well. And, you know, way back years ago, I would go occasionally on Red Eye when he first did it. And, of course, he had his self-deprecating humor about being on in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. But now to see him sitting on set with Jimmy Fallon being the king of comedy, it's really cool.
Well, you got to give kudos to Fallon as well. He wasn't as radical as the rest of them. Actually, I've always liked Fallon because I actually think he's funny. I don't think he's as partisan. I know there's some that has tried to push him into the political debates, but he seems like the most normal out of the three. And so,
Out of the three, they all are. Jimmy Fallon is, he's just trying to save his job. That's why. Maybe that's why he did that. He apologized after like messing up Trump's hair, because there was a pressure from the management, and he thought it's like, if I want to save my job, then I would follow along with the he thought back then that actually would help him. He thought that maybe 90% of his viewers are anti-Trump or were anti-Trump, but he found that out, didn't he? But it's a good thing for the contracts. So, yeah.
So I'm hoping that this changes something for his show as well. Don't be like the rest. Don't go down that road, or at least try to recover.
Well, it's helpful for him, too, right? Because I think he's smart enough to recognize the fact that, well, guess what? President Trump just won the popular vote.
That's right.
That it's actually not popular to hate President Trump anymore. So I think it's sort of smart on his behalf to try to embrace, the other, larger part of the country, right? That more Americans are with Trump than.
That's right. And I can guarantee you there's probably, Fallon would probably try to reach out to Trump with help of Greg Gutfeld, because Trump loves Greg Gutfeld, because he was on a Greg Gutfeld show not too long ago, during the or before the election. So yeah, if Fallon can get Trump on, that would help him out, and kind of play. You don't have to hate the guy fully or show that you really hate the guy, Trump. Just like some other anchors that did, what you need to do is get on Trump's side. You don't have to like him or his personally, pick something that you like him. Talk about that. I'm pretty sure he would love that. Then, you don't have to like, let your viewers know. I'm pretty sure there's some like anti-Trumps watching Fallon every single night or every time that he's on. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to like kiss Trump's behind. I mean, look at Bill Maher did. Do like Bill Maher did. There you go. That's my opinion. But anyway. This is it. Thanks for watching. And like I said, if you like to see the whole video without me talking, you can go to foxnews.com and on their YouTube channel and watch it there. Until meantime, go ahead and like, comment, whether you like it or not. Don't matter. But speak your mind. All right? Speak your mind. Until next time, have a nice weekend.